well. Jane, thank you. Betty, good to see you. All these beautiful people on the call, so thanks. Let's go ahead and start with our mission, our mission and value. So Keller Williams South Bay will become the #1 brokerage across all brands in the South Bay and the top tier market center within the KWRI by attracting, creating, retaining campers through our positive and productive culture. As a result, we're profit sharing over $500,000 annual. Our KW value proposition is 1, caring, 2, collaboration, and 3, business building. All right. Next slide, please. All right, coming up, save the day, guys, September 15th through the 17th, Mega Camp 2020. Digital experience, guys. If you've been to Mega Camp, you understand the phenomenal approach to 5 days of intense training out in Austin, Texas. Due to the situation that we're all facing, now it's going to be virtual. Okay, so you don't have to worry about a flight. You don't have to worry about hotel reservations. It's going to be in the comfort of your own home or here at the office, Mega Camp 2020. So I'm very eager and looking forward. So you can register now. It is open, guys. So take advantage of Mega Camp, a digital experience 2020. Okay. Next slide, please. Bold Pivot is back. Here are the dates for it. So it's August 4th through the 28th. It'll be through Facebook group open. It's open now. Coaching Corners is going to be every Wednesday. Registration, guys, $99 for KW agents and non-KW agents. It's the summer edition, guys. Take advantage of Bold Pivot, especially more so than ever today. The importance of Bold. You know, I've taken Bold 3 times, 4 times actually now, and I'll end up taking it again. You know, you definitely get value on understanding the components of objection handlers, holding you accountable, and the experience doing it virtually is awesome. So looking forward, registration, like I said, is $99. Take full advantage of it. Next slide, please. All right, so our training calendar, we have the 2-week calendar. Again, I know that the office, Holland, is diligently sending out to reminders consistently. It seems like every single day, guys. So take advantage of all the trainings that we have on a daily basis, you know, from Sonia's classes to our broker classes to our classes with the team leader. As well, you know, it's there for your resources. Take advantage of the classes that we have, you know, from the international to the regional, and obviously from our office perspective as well. All right, next slide, please. All right, is Kim Mosley on the call? Let's see, Kim, are you there? I don't see here. All right, so let's bypass until she jumps on the call real quick. She might be coming up next. So Sonia, are you on the call?
I'm here. What's up, everyone?
Hey, what's up, Sonia? How are you?
I'm good. All right.
Awesome.
I'm here with your tech tip.
Yes.
And then I also need a tech tip again from all of you guys. So, awesome. So I'm super excited. I'm going to share my screen here. What I wanted to talk to you guys about was contacts. Okay. So I think we kind of overlook this. We're so much in the Facebook and the smart plans and all that other stuff. And yet everything, of course, starts on your home screen in the contacts. Could you guys make me able to share my screen real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, yeah, so here's the deal, okay? Contacts and birthdays. That's what I wanted to show you guys today. So okay. How many of you guys, thank you, I've got it. All right, so how many of you guys have something like, this is actually in Canva, but you can do this anywhere, right? So do you guys have something made that is a birthday wish, some sort of a graphic that also is reminding people that you are in real estate? It's not going to say happy birthday, please call me when you need to buy or sell a house. It's going to just say happy birthday, but you can make it really cute. There's tons of these in, for instance, in Canva, or you can just make them, you know, through command as well. So here's one that just says sending you a little love on your birthday, right? These are cute little videos. So here's why I bring this up, right? So we've got our contacts in command. So tasks and contacts, every day that you cultivate your contacts and you're doing something amazing with just looking at what is happening. Here, let me go ahead and do this here. So for instance, you can see on my task list here, my system is alerting me that these people's birthday is coming up. All right, so if I don't have an email for somebody, for instance, so for instance, Brett is a friend of mine, and yet I'm only connected with him on Facebook. So here you can see his contact field is completely empty. Oops, sorry guys, not happening. So I haven't cultivated Brett, okay? I've added him from my Facebook account, but I haven't, as you can see, I don't have any information here. So I cannot do any kind of auto smart plan because I don't have his information, okay? So you can still set tasks. So guess what information I do have on Facebook? So here he is, right? So I can actually go into his about section, and I can go to right here. His birthday is on August 3rd. Boom. Hello.
Easy breezy, right, Sonia?
Stalker status. No. All right. So I put in his birthday. Okay. And I still don't have his email. Of course, my next step would be to messenger message him and make sure I get his email and put all of his info in here and just start a conversation about something. But I can also set a task for myself. So on this side here, you can see that I've got a task set up. And what I wanted to do is I set it for 2 weeks prior to when his birthday was happening so that I could actually contact him and touch base with him and see, you know, if he has plans for his birthday, because this is a workaround the smart plan. The cool thing about the smart plans is, I'm just switching screens here. By the way, I love command because you can have 17 command screens open and none of your stuff gets messed up. So you can switch between certain things.
Wait, Sonia, hold on. 17, how do you know that number specifically?
Oh, that's one a number I always say, and I mean very many.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
Not sure. Okay. So you can see here that like, okay, so I have this window open, and then I have this window and this window, and they just don't disappear. Nothing happens. But I'm just doing this for speediness' sake, right? So smart plans, if you go into smart plans and you look in the library section, you'll see the ones that are already there. And the birthday plan is right here. So if you did have an email and you did have a phone number, you could literally just put somebody on the birthday smart plan and the system is gonna do it for you. It is the only smart plan that's triggered by a future event, which is really cool. I love that, right? So the system will actually tell you prior to their actual birthday, 2 weeks prior, it's gonna say, hey, there's an interaction task with the contact. So for instance, here you can see that it's gonna remind you, send a handwritten note to contact, and the birthday is this week. Oh, it's 1 week prior, right? So now you send them a handwritten note because his birthday's coming up, and then 4 days later, it's going to prompt you to call them and find out, you know, if they got your card, A, and B, what are their plans? Because let's say it's your client, not just your friend, maybe it's your past client or someone. You can find out what they're doing, and if they've got something stressful happening or nothing's happening, or I don't know, maybe you want to send them some pizza or something. I don't know, right? who knows, right? So, but you can call and find out what their plan is, and then 1 day later, it's gonna say, do a social post, okay? So you're gonna grab your thing from Canva and you're gonna go to their timeline. So obviously it's not his birthday yet, but you can just grab it from Canva. Oh, and he doesn't have his timeline on, so I'm gonna have to send it in a message to him, right? So you can get around all this stuff in this way. So if I don't have any of his information, and by the way, the fourth step here is that the text is going to go out that says happy birthday. You do not have to send it. It will already go out. All right. And so now I'm working around this because I don't have his information. So what I've done in his profile under the tasks, I've actually gone and added a task, and I know his birthday is August 8th, right? So I'm going to go ahead and say, you know, call Brett on, you know, sometime before then. And I've just had it on mine. It's set to 2 weeks prior. And so what I've been doing is sending Facebook messages. Hey, what are you doing? I see your birthday's coming up. I know it's coronavirus times. I hope you get to celebrate. You know, mine was in April, and my friends, you know, they did this awesome Facebook Live thing for me without me knowing. And it was so fun. So let me know if you need help or something. I don't know. Right.
Yeah.
So you can work this around, but the thing that I love about this is that Smart Plans is gonna halfway do all of that stuff for you, right? And then every day you log into Command when you're setting them on Smart Plans or you're setting yourself a task, it's gonna show right here. Okay, so now you're gonna open your laptop in the morning and you're gonna lead generate, and instead of having to go, oh, where am I gonna get my FSBO, you know, list, or my list from title, or my neighborhood, and who am I gonna talk to today? You're just gonna go, oh, okay, hold on, let me write him the handwritten note today, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and then you check them off like this, complete task. As you can see, I'm terrible at actually doing that, even if I'm doing the, the task itself. All right, but it's gonna tell you what's past due also. So here you can see that I have some people who are past due, right? So you can work through these, but now you've got your recipe for your lead gen ready for the day. And I love that. It's like a no-brainer. So I hope I didn't confuse you, but if you do have their contact information, all you need to do is go to their profile and stick them on this Smart Plan, or you can go directly to Smart Plans and go, who do I want to add to Smart Plan, right? Okay, so you can do it either which way you want, but if you don't have their information, there are workarounds on this, and it's a great way to communicate. You can create these in Canva. Again, these are the fun thing about Canva that Command doesn't have yet is these animations. So you can actually do these little video animations instead of just a static image. All right, so that's my tasks, contacts / birthday plan for you guys, and it's a great conversation starter to get through that.
That's awesome. And that also you can do other tasks too, anniversaries too as well. Birth of a child, congratulating them. I mean, there's so many things that you can even remind, you know, family members as well as part of the task.
Yeah, exactly. So when you do have the conversation, you're going to say something along the lines of, you know, what's happening and blah, blah, blah. And if they say, well, my kiddo's going to be graduating on such and such a day, you know, set a task for yourself. It's just going to be a reminder. And the reminders come in your Kelly app, okay, at 8 a.m. every day. It will tell you how many tasks you have due today, and it will tell you how many past due tasks you have. So if you're like me, it'll say 6 tasks due today and 275 past due tasks because I haven't marked them done. You got to mark them done, okay, even if you're doing them. So, but 8 a.m. every day on the dot, you're going to know exactly how many tasks you have due. And it's awesome.
Now, can you change the time from 8 o'clock and put a different time, earlier time, or is it 8 o'clock?
Well, Kelly will pull what everything is in there, but you can change if you put the specific tasks. That's just what it defaults to as a general reminder. But
Gotcha.
if you want to do some specific times, you can do that too. But then it will be a separate thing. But yes, okay. But so I just saw a question. Can I get into Canva through Command? No, Canva is separate. So you have designs in Command. Which is a similar type of thing. Canva is a free program. You can pay a membership fee also to get some of the features like removing backgrounds and things like that with just like one click. But you don't have to. It's very good as a free system. If you go to canva.com, and you can literally just sign in either with your Google account or Facebook account, and it'll just, you can start creating, and they have so many great templates. So and by the way, guys, we hired like half of Canva's staff to come work for Keller Williams after we designed the
That's phenomenal.
So, okay, my question is this: does anyone in here have a Peloton bike at home? Say aye if you do.
I want one.
I want one too, but I can't decide. I'm like, do I want one? So I just wanted to hear feedback. Okay, if you have one, please message me and put it in the comments. I need one really bad, but I'm just wanting to know who's got one. All right.
Awesome. Awesome stuff, Sonia. Thank you again. Your Tech Tip Wednesday. So thanks again, Sonia, for providing us with valuable information when it comes to the command platform. So thanks again. All right, let's go on. I believe Kim is on the call now. So yay. All right, Kim, give us some broker updates. How you doing?
Okay, I'm good, thank you. Sorry,
Awesome.
I couldn't find my link trying to get on.
No worries.
Sonia, that was great. I'm gonna have to buy you some pizza so you can, so I can pick your brain about all this command stuff.
Well, that'll motivate her to actually get the bike, so that way she can do her cardio.
Right.
Give me a bike, Kim.
The bike.
Awesome.
Okay, so anyhow, I have an update just on a few different things. Regarding the PPP and the PUA loans that people are doing, agents are being asked to reopen claims. So I don't know if any of you have, heard anything like that. There's no clear answer on how it's being handled. And so CAR is kind of somewhat saying maybe hold off a little bit until they get clarification. Apparently it looks like they're scheduled to meet with EDD on this subject. So we should probably hear more back about that. And there seems to be a debate about door knocking and dropping material, right?
Ooh, that's a good topic.
Yes.
I've been getting some calls on that too, and I've been referring them to you, Kim. It's like, talk to Kim.
Yeah, I'm still getting those questions. People are asking, can they door knock? Can they drop materials? Okay, so door knocking, no, you cannot. Open houses, no, you cannot, right? Now, dropping materials. For that, actually, it's not so cut and dry. And CAR, they're actually discussing this topic as well because it's, like I said, it's just not cut and dry. But that's why, they don't want you to door knock. And the problem with dropping material, obviously, right, you're leaving papers that you touch for someone else to pick up and touch. So again, CAR is talking about that. They're probably going to send more information out about that. But just make sure do not door knock, okay? And no open houses. All right. And then just want to let you guys know for your landlord clients. I don't know if you guys have gone on to CAR Realtor channel. They have what they call a, they call it like a legal guide, but it's really, like their webinar. And they call it Zip Tips if you haven't been on there. And they're going through all the P forms, all of them, on zip forms. So that, it's a good thing to watch if you need to, go on and get refreshed about that. And, so take a look at that CAR Realtor YouTube channel. You can subscribe to that so you get updates, okay? And something else that's really good. Everybody should put this on their calendar and look out for it. All right. The CAR attorneys are having a webinar on COVID and evictions. Everybody wants to know about the evictions, what can be done and what can't be done. So that is going to be August 4th at 1:30, from 1:30 to 2:45. I'm sure CAR will blast out an email to everyone. So watch out about that. Okay, that's going to be on eviction. And then last, what I have is this was as of July 14th. If you guys don't know, the governor issued an executive order in 7120 affecting DRE licenses, okay, which they highlights include extending the following until December 31st. So the time frames associated with examination, application, expiration dates. Okay, so all of these things are extended to December 31st. The timeframes associated with license expiration dates, deadlines related to the payment of license application fees. That's good, right? And deadlines related to completing continuing education requirements for expiring licensees. Okay, all of those extended. So you can go on to DRE's website for more FAQs on those. Okay, so if you have any questions, Simon.
I have tons of questions. And just to reflect what you said about what about the extension of your 45-hour continuation? Is that part of your extension of your license expiration?
That should be. Everything here is extended to this December 31st. And yes, it says relating to continuing education requirements for expiring licensees.
So basically, if your license expires in August, you're saying that we still have that time frame till December to renew your license, do your 45 hours of continuing education, and still be within compliance. You could still practice real estate.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you for the Department of Real Estate, right?
Yeah.
They were friends for a little bit. Also, what I'd like to do with you, Kim, in the near future is have a class, a Zoom class. You know, what I like to talk about is the escalation clause. I think it would be a great topic to really help our agents get more contracts in, open up more escrows utilizing the escalation clause. I got some phenomenal ideas, some techniques that we can share as a platform to really give a perspective. So let's put something on the calendar for that topic. I think it'll be great for the agents to get an insight of what is an escalation clause. You know, and I know there's a little bit of information with the California Association of Realtors that defines, you know, the pros and cons to an escalation clause. You know, it's ironic and it's funny that here in the state of California, it doesn't, they don't use it. There's no specific form, but you go to Portland, Oregon, you go to Arizona, Nevada, guess what? They actually have a form strictly on escalation clause, which I love it because it gives you that upper hand and power to ultimately get your offer accepted, you know, to certain extents and limitations. But it's a great form. Why in California is beyond me, but there is language from the California Association of Realtors that gives you a perspective if you want to go in that direction. Obviously, the buyer would definitely, and we don't give legal advice, but you know, they can explore those options, talk to their attorneys if that's a good avenue or not. But I think it's a great topic, Kim, you and I to tag team on that.
Okay.
And give some value to our agents.
Okay, sounds good.
We were working on one and I had to literally text, I think I texted both Simon and Kim, like, are they allowed in California? Because no one is using them. And I was
Yeah, it's the funniest thing that California, for some ironic reason, there's not a form, but you go to other forms, it's part of the part of their state forms, you know, and it's ironic that here in California we don't. But, you know, it's a great topic and it's a great conversation. If the buyer truly wants the property, there's an advantage to it and a disadvantage to it as well. And we can definitely, you know, explore all those options to our agents. Okay. So be on the lookout, guys. We're going to be having a class for you guys on escalation clause. All right. I think our time is up. We're done. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, guys, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Wall. Will give you an overview of the 298-acre development, which is including the Los Angeles Chargers and Rams, the new stadium, as well as a performance venue, open-air plaza, park, commercial space, retail, and residential units. Also highlight several opportunities for business and personal entertainment within the world's newest global destination, which is in our backyard. Inglewood, you know, is our local city here in the beautiful South Bay. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Mr. William Wall with Sci-Fi Stadiums.
Hey, everybody. Pleasure to be here with you. Are you guys able to hear me?
We can hear you.
Perfect. And I do want to just make sure I got my screen shared. Are you guys able to see my screen shared over here on your end?
Yes.
Perfect. And Simon, thank you so much for the introduction, and everybody here, thank you so much for having me out. Today, what I'm going to be speaking about is getting you guys some education and some information about what it is that we're building here in Inglewood. And as Simon mentioned, you know, Inglewood's just a short distance away from you guys there in the South Bay, right across the 405 freeway. And so this is very important information for realtors to be aware of. You know, when you guys have your clients landing in the airport, flying into LAX airport, that's a great touch point. I saw, you know, kind of the birthday touch points and the holidays and things like that. But, you know, just checking in with your clients and saying, hey, I know you were out of town. Did you fly into LAX airport this weekend? You know, did you see that big hunk of ground on the dirt right there? You know, what's going on? And now you have that touch point after today. You're going to be able to talk with them and get them some information. So again, thank you guys for taking the time today to get up on this subject and learn about the district here. So
And just to add to that, Will, is when you land into LAX, if you look to the right side, you'll see the enormous large part of real estate right there in Inglewood, which is the stadium. It's phenomenal to see.
And if you look just to the left, there's you guys right there in the South Bay. So I mean,
We're on the left, the stadium's on the right.
Yeah, it just kind of hits home. And you know, again, it's important for you guys to be able to bring this up in conversations because, you know, you are the realtors in the area, and you guys are kind of, you know, looked at as frontliners and frontline workers on this end. Like, hey, this is a development. We need to be able to be aware of it. So again, appreciate you guys having me out. And if you do have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I have a coworker of mine in here that'll be more than happy to kind of answer, and we'll be sure to answer as we go along as well. But what we're looking at here, guys, is essentially an old photograph of the Hollywood Park racetrack. For some of you in the room, you might have been out there. You might have been out there gambling on the horses. You might have been out at the grass, just hanging out at the park in the middle of the racetrack for a community event at some point during your life. And if you didn't actually come here, you know, maybe you were up here at the Forum. And you know, for those that remember, that was once one of the hottest tickets in town. You had, you know, Showtime with Magic Johnson and the Lakers, and obviously Wayne Gretzky, one of the greatest hockey players of all time, and the Kings here in Inglewood, right at this Forum. And this really was one of the hottest tickets in town. And what we're looking at now is what this development will look like here in the future. And when you do look here, you know, you notice the Forum is still just up there to the north. That's still our northern anchor. Directly down here to the south, actually, in this empty lot down here, the Clippers are looking at building, or they've actually gotten approval now to build a $1.2 billion basketball arena just to the south of our, you know, 300 acres here. And so what that'll really do is create an entertainment belt here in West LA for our customers and for your customers to come out and enjoy the west side of Los Angeles in a way that they've never before. When we do look here, you see the stadium. That's obviously the glowing centerpiece, but what we're going to talk about today, guys, is the entire 300 acres that surrounds that stadium and how that'll affect our customers, our clients, our fans on game day, but really how it'll affect real estate here in this area for years to come. So when we do look at the actual buildings here that you see on the ground, what we're looking at from a macro level is, of course, this event space here on top, but then the district is broken up into a couple of different compositions. So the first being the residential portion, and the residential portion is typically relegated over to the eastern panhandle of the site. So this is west out here, the north with the Forum directly above us, and this would be the eastern side of that stadium. The residential is set to have anywhere from 1,500 to 3,500 homes coming here to the Inglewood area. And as we look at that, and we'll dive into that in the presentation here, but that's the first, you know, kind of composition of the district outside of the stadium. Then we have our retail, which is going to, you know, be about 890,000 square feet of retail space. And when you think of the size of that, this is really maybe 3 to 4 times the size of the Grove. So when you go to the Grove up in Hollywood, you know, you go out for a bite to eat or to do some shopping, this is going to be significantly larger than that experience. And the commercial as well. It'll have up to 8.5 million square feet of entitlement. Although it looks smaller here on this picture, that's because a lot of this parking that you see up here to the north, that can have buildings built on top of it as well. And so in the next couple of phases of the project, if there's a demand for more commercial building or more retail or more residential, we can adopt that in accordingly as this project kind of comes together. But for all intents and purposes, it's basically the three districts, the residential, the commercial, and the retail that are surrounding this stadium here. And obviously the stadium is what gets the most press and publicity because it has the Rams and the Chargers. But everything else that's coming down here is going to affect what we're doing here in Inglewood as well. So Simon, here's a great picture. The flight path is as we mentioned.
Well, I think, I don't know what happened. Hold on a second. We can't hear you. I think we lost you, Will. Let's see. Hey guys, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
You can hear me? Okay. I don't know what happened. Will, I'm not sure if you can hear, but you kind of froze there.
Will he be back? Yeah, it looks like
yeah,
he's logged out and he's coming back in.
Yeah. Apologize for the technical difficulties here, guys. Technology is not always up to par. So let's see if he can jump back on the call as we wait for him. Let's do a trivia. Yeah.
Simon, do you think we can grab those images from him? I mean, I was just taking screenshots, but could we request to have those? I mean, those are pretty awesome for marketing pieces also. Absolutely.
Yeah, we can definitely ask that question to him and see if he can provide us. I don't know if it's copyright because of the organization, but it's definitely something that I can ask. So let me see if I can get him on the call. Nat, maybe you can reach out to him. He's probably aware that the technical issue here, but let's play a quick trivia while he jumps on. So let's play something, Sonia. What can we do as a trivia question?
Trivia.
And there'll be a prize. $25 gift card. All right. Whoever can guess, let's see. Come on, Sonia, give me some thoughts here.
All right. Trivia question.
This is for a $25 gift card. It doesn't have to be real estate related, by the way, too. So.
What?
Yeah. We'll give them that.
Who's the best hockey team in the world?
Kings.
Oh, LA Kings.
Oh. No.
Tonight.
I had to Google it.
No.
Red Wings.
No.
Hey everyone, I apologize. We've been having some internet issues here at my house, but back online here now. Is everyone able to hear me again?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you owe a $25 gift card, Will.
We were giving out the free seats for the stadium. Did you guys hear that announcement, or did I cut off right before we gave away the free Super Bowl seats?
You can repeat.
Oh man, I was trying to give away 4 Super Bowl tickets, and I guess. Let me check and
I should get first bids to that.
My manager said we just missed the cutoff time. I'm sorry, guys. I have to pull those tickets back.
That's funny.
Apologies then, and thank you guys for sticking with me here. But we'll dive back in. As I mentioned, I think we're kind of on this slide, and Simon, you can kind of see our airport runway right here. The LAX airport would be just right over here to the right of this picture. This is the west. And then this is you guys in the South Bay. And so what I recommend, to Sonia's point, a great way to kind of keep in touch with people is send them out this picture. Just send a touch point, send them a screenshot, send them a text and say, hey, I saw your house in this picture. And although you don't really see their house, you're like, hey, I know I sold you that house somewhere down over here.
Right.
That's your way of connecting with them and just saying, hey, when you do think about selling that house in a couple of months or in a year, this is my non-pushy real estate way of saying, hey, make sure you think about your number one agent and who you need to get in touch with. And this is a great non-intrusive touch point to just say, hey, I saw something that involves you, your house is in this picture and I just wanted to get in touch. And so, I bring that up, but also, to show you guys this photo here, this is that entitlement that we were talking about with the residential. And so, when I started this project 4 years ago, this was all one big patch of dirt, Simon. Remember when you flew in, there was none of this stadium here. And so when we look now, this dirt moving around means homes are coming. That means there is going to be this 2,500 homes coming onto this district sooner than later. When I started, all of the construction equipment that you see here and the roofing and all that material, it was all over the dirt here. And now that that stadium is constructed, the majority of that equipment is now in the building, and we're starting to see the rest of these developments and entitlements take place. And so, here's a great picture where you can see right here, this building that's now being brought up right next door to the NFL stadium. That's part of our commercial district, and that's actually our first tenant that we've announced. And that is the NFL Network, NFL Media, NFL West Coast headquarters, which is coming right here to the South Bay, right to Inglewood. And that's really exciting for us. It's actually been in Culver City for the past several decades, and they've been landlocked in their location as, Twitter and Instagram and social media has really grown by leaps and bounds. The NFL hasn't been able to connect into that in that building, and this will allow us to connect with our fans year round. And that's really important for us, but for you guys as well. Again, realize that while we have the Chargers and Rams playing here annually, these other teams are going to be coming and visiting, and those are other customers of yours. And so when you have that Dallas investor, that New York investor client of yours, this is a way for you to connect with them and say, hey, I don't know if you saw, but Eli Manning is doing a presentation down here at the NFL Network building. Maybe you'd be interested in knowing about that. And again, that's a great way for you to keep in touch with all those kind of folks in your network. So looking here, you will see this lake starting to take place, and that lake is really important for us, just as the lake played a part in the racetrack as a community gathering center. This lake will really play a community gathering location for us here in Inglewood. It's a location where you can come out for a movie night in the park, a picnic. This is where year round our Inglewood residents, our Los Angelinos, can come out and use this site without needing to go to a football game, without needing to go to a concert. Year round you can use this site. And really, when you look here, this is that NFL Network building. Directly next door to that is going to be the retail center. So you'll have this, expansive kind of district here with commercial and retail interlaid together. And that's going to be this retail district directly adjacent to this lake. So looking at this picture here, this is one of our more recent aerial photos, and you can see the roof is now complete. The parking lots are starting to really kind of take place, and this NFL Network building is really starting to come together, which is exciting for us. Again, mentioning for the residential side of things, we're starting to see some progress on that end as well. These are these bars and restaurants that you're going to see popping up directly next door to this stadium in the lakeside area. And when you walk up into our grand entrance on an NFL game, you're going to be able to be right at that NFL Network building, right at that bar, and right at that stadium all at once, which is, again, very, very exciting for us on the project. We saw a picture, an aerial that kind of showed this roof, and I want to give you guys a little bit of insight as to what that roof actually looks like and does, as well as what the inside of the building looks like. So this is a picture of me when I was able to get down and actually do a tour of the stadium, and I have Simon on our list. We're going to get you guys a tour of the stadium here as soon as permissible. Obviously, we aren't sure if we can get you all down there in a big bus together or whether it'll be a couple of you guys, you know, at once. But as soon as we can, you know, we want to get you guys down here so you can get your own LinkedIn picture and again, create that touch point for your clients as well. But looking here from the inside, this is our first look at the video board. And again, that video board is pretty spectacular. It's called the Oculus. And just this last week, we had the celebration of getting to 97% complete with our project as we were able to install the turf and lift that video board up into place. So when I was there a couple weeks ago, you'll notice it was down here on the ground, and it is now lifted up into place, and we are ready for some football. And so, you know, really exciting for us to see this kind of come into place here. When you do look, the video board itself is 3 stories high. And what that means is, you know, really wherever you are here in the stadium, you're going to get a pretty phenomenal view. I'm going to switch my screen here and switch over to a video for you guys that I do want to show just to give you guys a quick insight on the stadium. I do recommend, if you guys can, grab a hold of your volume bar. I'm going to control my volume here and make sure it's soft, but I just don't want it to come blasting into your end. But I'm going to narrate the video for you guys a little bit here as well. So we'll turn down the volume. What we're looking at here is our June construction update, and I'll, you know, again, give you guys some keys to look at here. But what I want to show you guys is, again, this video board is now up into place, and you can see the roof here as well. And the roof is something that we're very excited about. It's called ETFE. And when you see this picture right here, it looks a lot different than the picture I showed you before. So when we looked at that aerial photo from above, the roof looks like almost an opaque gray look. But when you're inside of the building, when you're in the building inside, it looks like it will outside. So that material is called ETFE, and it's a polymer that when the sun hits that roof, 50 to 65% of the UV rays are going to bounce back out. And I know I saw Ray in the room earlier. That's a UV ray, not Ray, our resident here in the room. But again, when you look up at that rooftop, you're going to see the rain, and it's going to be coming down, and you're going to say, why am I not getting wet? And that's that roof is going to actually be pushing that rain off to the side. You're going to look up and say, wow, it's 95 degrees. It's an August football game here. It should be really warm. And because you're not feeling the bulk of that UV, the burn from that sun, you're going to feel anywhere from 5 to 12 degrees cooler underneath that roof. It's also going to help us with the airplane noise above and keeping that our sound in and the airplane noise sound above out. Again, really excited to get the turf in on the field. When you look here at the video board, this video board is bigger than the video board in Dallas. So a lot of people, say everything's bigger in Dallas. Well, as you guys know, in the South Bay, the homes, not bigger, the pricing on the homes, not higher. And now we can say just as such that our video board, it's also bigger than that in Dallas. So the video board in Dallas runs 109 yards. This video board is 127 yards long and runs oval shaped so that everybody in the stadium, including the fans in the end zone, can look up and get a view. Whereas in Dallas, it gives you that impression that if you're not on either side, you're more than likely missing out on some of those highlights. Again, looking here at the stadium, it's a great opportunity for you guys as realtors. And if anybody does have any questions, I'd be happy to get you guys some more information. I'll put my info here in the chat. But some of these seats that you see here in the stadium, they cost as low as about $50 per game. And I've been reading my my Gary Keller Millionaire Real Estate book, and I know the 3 L's are leads, listings, and leverage. And so one really easy way to get some leads is to come into this stadium. So imagine you're sitting in this stadium and you're up in this section, you're down here. Who do you think you're going to get to know? If you wear that jersey that you get that says #1 agent, #1 realtor, and you come down and sit in that row of seats, guess who's going to get to meet you? Well, all 10 of the people that walk in by you on that row, all of the people sitting behind you, all of the people that you high five when you're grabbing your beer and after a score and after a touchdown, they're going to say, hey, who is that guy? And the answer is going to be, hey, he's the #1 realtor in the South Bay. You should probably get to know him if you're looking to get a house out here. So keep that in mind. If anybody does have any questions about the stadium, I do want to make myself available to you guys so that you can ask those questions. What we'll do now is after I give you guys one more bit of information here, I do want to open this up again for a quick question and answer for you guys, so that if you guys do have any specific questions, we're able to get those answers for you. Are you guys seeing my screen here now with the Hollywood that's kind of moving?
Yes.
This is a great website as well that I'm going to send over to Simon, and it's really easy. It's just hollywoodparklife.com. But this is a great resource for you guys as well. If you guys have questions on the residential side of the project, on the retail side of the project, on the office space, you guys can always reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to set up a virtual coffee, spend 5 or 10 minutes with you guys getting you some info. But this is where, again, you guys can kind of come and find some info here. One question that often comes up is, does Simon and Keller Williams have the inside track to get the listings for these 2,500 homes that we're building here on the district? And, really when we look at the phasing of the project, there's 3 phases. Opening day was supposed to be this weekend. There's probably some ladies here in the room that might have had the Taylor Swift concert tickets for the show coming up this weekend. And that was, as we all know, canceled. That was phase 1. Phase 2 is the Super Bowl, which is coming up here in 2022 of February. And that's when we would expect the bulk of the retail, the commercial. You want to have that super week if you're a retailer. That's when you can engage with all those customers. And then the 3rd phase of the project is the residential, and that'll be handled by the Kroenke Group, which is the owner of the Rams. So Mr. Kroenke, he owns the Rams, the Arsenal Football Club in London, the Denver Nuggets, and the Colorado Avalanche. And he also is our primary owner of this district. So the entire 300 acres that we refer to is privately owned by Mr. Kroenke. And so at this point, I can't say with surety whether or not he will be selling these homes, whether they will be available for lease. We're not entirely sure. But again, you guys are the experts here in the area. And so just to give you a little bit of insight, just to the north of our district, we have a site that I work with a gentleman. His name is escaping me right now, but it's the Pulte Homes Group. And with the Pulte Homes Group, they are actually owners of this former plot of land here to the west of the cemetery. It was the old Friedman Hospital that was down here in Inglewood, and it sat on 27 acres of land. To give you guys an insight, they're selling 109 brand new single family detached condos on that 27 acre site, and the starting price is somewhere in the $900,000 range. So as you guys know, you've seen home prices in Inglewood over the past 7 years, easily surpass 50% in value. And we would expect that to probably continue here in the area. And that's why you'll see that our housing is kind of in the 3rd phase of that project. So does anybody have any questions? I'm going to take a moment here and kind of look in the chat. But if anybody does have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself, and I'm more than happy to get some answers for you guys.
Okay, one of the questions was if we can have the PowerPoint slide that you presented to the group today.
100%, Simon. Everything we went over today, I'm going to be sending over to you via email after this meeting. Okay. Please do forward it over to all the agents, anybody that wasn't able to make it out. Again, these are great touch points for you guys to get in touch with your clients. And beautiful. I put my contact information here in the group chat. If anybody is confused as to how they can use this information to get in touch with contacts and how to create, a meaningful touch point, I am more than happy to set up a call with you guys. My email, my phone number, my contact info is there. Let me know, and I'm more than happy to get you guys some information on how you can, actively engage with your clients on this.
Awesome stuff. Second question for you. You mentioned something about giving us a tour of the place in the near future. How many people can I bring?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with the COVID, you know, it's tough. I was able to
Right.
get down there a couple of weeks into the COVID, so before we really knew everything that was going on, and I was one of, you know, call it 50 people in the stadium. It was kind of an eerie experience, to be honest,
Sure.
being in a building that will hold 100,000 people for a Super Bowl, and
Wow.
being one of only, you know, 50 or so folks in there. It was pretty wild. And again, we're working on the logistics on how to go about it, Simon, but
Sure.
my goal is to get every one of your agents out there, whether it's, you know, in a bus, once that's feasible, whether it's, you know, 4 or 5 of you guys together and all of us are, you know, 6 to 10 feet apart with our masks on. As soon as we're able to get that figured out, I want to get you guys down there so you can experience this stadium and see what it can do for your real estate business.
Beautiful. Well, so guys, be nice to me, okay?
Simon's got the magic
I
ticket.
got the golden
We
ticket
love
here,
you,
guys.
Simon.
Awesome, Will. Thank you so much, Will. Phenomenal presentation, great insights to understanding a little bit more about the development and obviously the potential that we have here in our backyard, not just from a NFL standpoint, but concerts, events. There's so much. It's going to definitely bring revenue to the city and also to the county. So I'm very excited, very eager to see the future of the stadium. So
I think Sonia nailed it, and you did as well when you mentioned the anniversaries, the birthdays. It's not just those touch points that you can use, but if you see that your client has their kid in the car when you're showing property and they're wearing a Dallas Cowboys hat, and you see them listening to the you know, you're in the car on your way to a showing and all of a sudden Taylor Swift comes on and your client starts losing it and singing, that's your touch point. That's where you go into that program that Sonia had and say, hey, Taylor Swift is a hot point. This is something that I need to be aware of for this client. This is a touch point I can come back on later. And when Taylor Swift announces her concert, that's when you reach out and say, you know, hey, did you know Taylor Swift is in town? You know, by the way, I got access to tickets. I got some pretty good ones and I'm not using them. You know, do you want me to pass those over to you? I'd be happy to get you and your daughter out to the concert. And that's your way of creating that connection. And so I really do
absolutely.
think, you know, Sonia, you had that right on the dot with how you can be productive in using those touch points.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Yeah, and it's also a conversation starter too. You know, if you even have if you're a season holder, you know, of the Rams or Chargers, you know, concerts as well. You know, it's a great avenue to build those relationships and avenues which is just nearby. You know, so it's phenomenal stuff.
I'll tell you guys right now, I know at least 62 real estate agents in the room, right? Just looking at the participant list, there's 62 of you guys in here. And so how do I choose which one of you I'm going to go to when I'm ready to buy a house? You know, I know so many options out there. And so it's people buy from people that they like. People buy from people that they're comfortable with. People buy from people that they have a relationship with. And if you send somebody an email that says, hey, I'm ready to sell your house, I'm ready to sell your house, I'm ready to sell your house, that's not building a relationship. But if you reach out and say, you know, hey, I just wanted to touch base. I just wanted to see, you know, I noticed that your kid liked football. Like, hey, they have this kids camp going on with the Chargers. I got access to it. Like, I don't have kids. Do you want me to pass you along the invite? That could open that door where now you're going with that client, their kids running around on the field. You're having a one-on-one conversation with them that you weren't able to have in that email. And now all of a sudden you're taking a picture of their kid on the field and you're going to show up at their house a couple years from now. And that picture is going to be in their hallway on their way into their kitchen when you're signing the documents to sell their house.
Absolutely. I'm just laughing to myself on the chat on some of the crazy stuff that is being posted on here. So
I just wanted to add for Will, 61 real estate agents, Will. Your boy Ray's in here. Okay,
61 plus Ray. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, we totaled, I think about 67 was the total count that I saw earlier. So which was pretty good, you know, but we got amazing agents. Huh? No, Sonia?
I said, you had to be here to get tickets at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you weren't here, you don't qualify for the tour. That's how we'll put it.
Awesome. Again, Will, we're cutting it very close. Thank you so much, Will, for the presentation, valuable information. And if they have any questions, I know that you posted your contact information as well. So just to finalize, as I promised, guys, I'm going to do a trivia, and it's going to be a contract question. So whoever can guess the answer to this trivia question wins a gift card. So the question is, the notice to buyer and seller to perform. What is the
2 days.
minimum time frame?
2 days. Danny, pause. Here.
2 days.
2 days.
Danny,
All
pause.
right, I heard Danny. Danny, my man,
Yeah, Danny was first.
winner of a gift card. So stop by my office and I'll take care of you.
Hey, and Danny, make sure you connect with me after this as well. I'm going to go ahead and double down on Simon, and I'll pass you over a $25 gift card over for the Chargers team store as well, my man. So you doubled up on this contest today. So get in touch with me afterwards, all right, Danny?
Awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, it's a good day today, guys. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Will. Any final questions that you guys have? This is the moment before we cut loose, guys.
I have a question.
Yes.
Transportation. I think I heard they were planning to either build a tram or something like that. So do you have any idea for transportation?
Will, that's for you. Any?
Yeah, great question. So looking at transportation, when you think about getting 70,000 people out to a stadium, transportation has to be at the foreground of that plan. And so I'm going to share my screen with you guys again one last time here and show you guys what that'll look like briefly. When you do look at the district, it is going to have multiple different access points. So whether you're flying in, we mentioned the Dallas Cowboys client, if you have that out-of-state client, the LAX airport is in very close proximity. There's the interstates that people are going to be able to come in on, and we have 3 major freeways in close proximity, as well as the 10 freeway to the north. And then to your question on public transit, yes. So we have the green line that runs down to you guys in the South Bay right now. I think they're renaming that the C line. They are going to have a connecting route directly up onto our stadium. So you'll get dropped off just right to the west, about 2 blocks west of the stadium. There's also a bid to connect the red line in, which they're currently constructing, the Crenshaw line right down to here. And there is a third bid in place to connect us over to the LAX People Mover. So instead of that stopping at Sepulveda, it would extend down Century Boulevard right over onto our district and really kind of create a west hub for the LA Metro here. Great question.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, that concludes. Let's open it up to our affiliates real quick. You got 5 seconds, guys, just a quick introduction. So let's start with Nicole Romero.
Hello, everyone. Nicole Romero with Pacific Coast Title. Great information. Thank you very much. Just want to let everybody know about our Title Tuesday, each Tuesday at 1:00 p.m. Value each week. Please let me know if you'd like to join. Also, I am incorporating cash flow again. So if you'd like to learn how to play cash flow online, I am playing Saturday at 9 a.m. and Monday at 9 a.m. Reach out. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Nicole. Mr. Ray, Elite Group.
Thank you,
5
Simon.
seconds, my man.
I
How you
just
doing?
wanted to add, if you guys weren't in the office last week and you missed out on the Krispy Kreme I bought, you snooze, you lose, all right? That's
I
it.
got one.
Thank you.
I got
I know you
one.
did, Simon. That's why I
got
delivered them
one.
to you. I love you guys. See you guys soon.
Thanks, Ray.
Thanks, Ray.
All right. Wendy Holt with Snap NHD. How are you?
I'm good. How's everyone doing? Really quickly, I just want to say thank you so much for all your support. And don't forget, I have my Mondays 10 a.m. class that are going on that I bring different speakers to help you navigate your business while the COVID's going on. And also tonight, Florentine and I have come together again to do a massive ADU class tonight at 6 p.m. So if you want to know about it, let me know. It's open for your clients and everyone else that is interested in ADU.
Awesome.
So thank you.
Thanks, Wendy. All right, we got Matt. How are you, Matt? Good to see
Hey,
you.
good afternoon, everyone. Matt Gagline, Fidelity Title. Just a quick little, hey, by the way, I love that presentation, Will, as everyone on this call definitely loved that. A good education, good information. Everyone wondered about that stadium, and it's nice to learn about it, to know a little more detail. So thank you. Just a reminder, I have this really good trend report. So if you're looking for an excellent trend report, easily outputted for any city, just go ahead and hit me up with a direct message or text or email me, and I'll send you any city you need within minutes. Okay. Thanks again.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. All right, Christy, how are you?
Hey guys, I miss you. I've been trying all
We
kinds
miss
of new
you too.
recipes, so when I come back, I'm gonna make sure that I bring you guys something good. But in the meanwhile, if you have military families or families that are struggling and they have Old Republic, I have these $75 gift certificates that you can give to them. And that way, if they need an electrician, a plumber, AC guy, whatever it is, I can give them one of these $75 coupons per year per property. And that way they're not coming out of pocket when the technician goes to their house, in addition to the free roof coverage when you email me your orders.
Beautiful. Awesome, Christy. Thank you so much. And I think finally, Mindy, my NHD, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Simon. That was a wonderful presentation, Will. I've been to Playa Vista and seen the whole operation, so now I'm excited to see the stadium. It's great. My NHD is in partnership with CAR on your ZIP forms. We keep you safe and protected because we have 26 years of no issues on our reports, and no other company can say that, which is really cool. So be safe out there, and we're here to keep you safe and protected.
Awesome. Thank you, Mindy.
Thank you for having me and always including us, Simon. It's really, really nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
I miss everybody. Nice to see you guys today.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. All right, am I missing any other affiliate? Going once, going twice. Bam, we are done. Wait, did I miss someone?
Wait, I have one more thing.
Wait, Joanne was here. Joanne Gallen was here.
Oh, Joanne, where is she?
She's teaching a class right now.
She's teaching it.
Okay. Yeah, so
she says hello and thank you for her supporting her as well. So sorry, forgot about that.
I'm usually looking at the faces. I don't necessarily look at the names. So my apologies, but thank you. Okay, guys, that concludes our sales meeting. Thank you so much for being, and as always, be safe, be healthy, and I'll see you guys on our next sales meeting. Bye for now.
Good job. Thank you. Be well, everybody.
Thank you.